ticking down to nines. To empiric, feeling fine. Digging through the plastic bins where the celluloid begins. Is it movie, film, or film? Watch the reels as we unspool them. Dusty covers on the shelf. Come find your cinematic set. What's in the Dropbox tonight? Forgotten gold in the dim light. B-movie gems or blockbusters like a cinematic cycle never stops. What's in the Dropbox tonight? VHS truth keeps it tight. Masterpiece or total mess? Dropbox discoveries. Take a guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Big Stu. As always, next to me is my good friend Perry.
How's it going, guys?
And Perry and I are here together to talk about our new show called Dropbox
Discoveries.
Yes, sir. And now to really start the show, I just want to give you an introduction of both of us. My name is Stuart. I was born in 1975. My movie passion started very early, Perry.
Nice.
Started off with a little-known movie of Dracula, the 1979 version with, Frank Langella.
Absolute classic.
Absolutely terrifying as a 3-year-old.
Yes.
Don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
As terrifying as it was, I couldn't help but keep watching.
Yeah, that's what a good movie does.
It does. What about you?
I was born in 1989. Little age difference there. So my movie love goes deep. It started with my first movie that I ever remember seeing in theaters, Jurassic Park. I was maybe 4 or 5 years old when that came out, and I went with my older family to go see it. And we were supposed to go see a kid movie, and that's what we went and saw.
That is a kid movie.
Yeah,
Compared to Dracula.
a little bloody.
That's right. Well, today we're going to be reviewing a movie today, but before we do that, we'd like to go over our kind of rating system.
Yeah. Before the movie, we're going to talk about, we have a rating system where we put movies into 3 different categories: film, movie, or film.
Yes. And could you tell us what you think is a film?
So a film, in my mind, it's stuff that's going to win Oscars. It's the classics, the Gone with the Winds.
Has a little bit of a meaning behind it, a little bit of a message.
Most definitely.
Sticks with you a little bit after the credits roll.
Yes. It's the ones you're going to talk about, that's going to win awards for sure.
All right. Well, that kind of explains that. What do you think is a movie?
A movie is something you're going to throw on a Sunday afternoon. You're going to throw it in there, and you're going to pop it in and just watch it. It's the Back to the Futures of the world, the Ghostbusters, those classics that you can watch over and over again that are always there for you.
Now, does a movie and a film, intersect? Can there be a movie that is a film?
Most definitely. There's, like we were talking, there's that Venn diagram of the whole world that these things all overlay.
All right. Well, there is that last category. Do you know anything about the film?
Film. That's something you've introduced me to here lately.
So these are actually my categories that I've developed over the last few years of being a film watcher, a movie watcher. Everything that's ever released to theaters is a movie. Everything that's released is a movie, as long as it's released to theaters. I'm kind of a snob about that thing. I don't like movies that are released directly to TV and stuff like that. But I broaden my horizons. But everything is categorized as a movie. To broaden it a little bit more, or to separate a little bit more, I categorize them as film, movie, and film. Film is a reference to a part in a movie that I saw like 30-something years ago with the great late John Candy.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Oh my goodness, one of the comedy geniuses of all time. And then Eugene Levy was in that movie, and they paired up quite a bit in the early 80s.
Oh, yeah.
And they paired up in a movie called Going Berserk.
Still have not watched. I've got to check this out.
And I'll tell you what, Going Berserk is classified in our system as a film. It wants to be something better, but it really isn't. But in that scene, in that movie, Eugene Levy plays a video photographer that's doing a wedding, okay? And he thinks that he is Martin Scorsese or Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, real highbrow.
He thinks he is doing highbrow, high art. And he introduces the video of the wedding, and he states, "This is my film." And that's when he starts the videoing the wedding. And one of the scenes is kind of funny is that he's trolleying in to get a close up of the wedding, and he's in a grocery cart with his feet hanging outside of the grocery cart, and in frame, his feet are in frame as he's zooming in. This is their wedding. This is the start of their love. I mean, something of that nature. One of the most hilarious scenes I've ever seen in my life, and it stuck with me for many, many years. Actually, my brother reintroduced me to that phrase a few months ago, and it's great. I think it's a great idea. So a film is a movie that wants to be a film, but doesn't succeed in either.
Greatest example of that, The Room.
The Room, Battlefield Earth, anything with Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we consider, or I consider, a film. Now, these are just, we decided to watch these just so that you don't have to, or you can enjoy. Films can be very, very enjoyable. They can be very, very tedious. We here on the show like to do that just to discover what we like, and we'd like to discuss with us about it.
That's the whole thing of the show, is the Dropbox discovery. It's about going back to like the old VHS stores where you would find a movie in the Dropbox that you weren't even looking for. And that's what we're looking to do, is those hidden gems, those cult classics, the movies that don't get enough love, that don't get enough talking, points on. And we really hope that some of y'all can give us suggestions, and that we're able to give you suggestions on some great movies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is basically what this show is all about. We don't really judge what the movies are. There are movies out there that are just absolute garbage that I can't stand. Surf Ninjas.
That's rough. Don't say that. It's a great movie.
Wonderful. Not really. The only good part of that movie was the credits. But these are our opinions. We're not imposing them on you, in all honesty. If you love the movie, that's great. We love you for it. And we just want to show you movies that don't get as much love, and sometimes movies that are forgotten gems.
Yes.
The other thing is that the time period of movies that we watch pretty much stop when VHS stopped.
Yes, the VH era is my bread and butter. That's where I like my comfort zone.
So if you want us to discuss the Avengers, that's not going to happen.
I mean, unless you send us a VHS copy of it, then
or the one that they didn't film, they didn't quite complete in the 70s.
Right?
They did a Captain America and Iron Man back in the 70s, but yeah, those are not going to be discussed on here. Anything brand new is not going to be discussed very rarely, I would say.
Yeah, unless it's something that just really, because we're going to go through. We like to do streaming services too that you don't really have to pay for. Plex, Tubi. So we like to find those hidden gems on that if we can't find the physical media copy of it, just so that way everybody has access to it.
And also anything that we have in my extensive VHS collection.
Yes.
And our VHS collection.
Yes,
actually.
we both have a pretty solid VHS collection.
So that's what this show is all about. And before we get into the show, we just want to let you know that this is what it is all about, and we really hope you enjoy.
Yep.
So what did we find on the Dropbox today?
Well, we're watching a classic that not enough people know about, talk about, the 1991 comic book inspired movie by Disney,
The Rocketeer.
The Rocketeer.
Man, that was cool. I watched it last night.
Yes.
I did watch it last night. It's probably my fifth watching of the movie.
I think I watched it night before last. It's maybe the third time I've seen it in my life, but I haven't watched it since I was, 12, 13 the last time I watched it.
Okay.
It's been extremely too long, and I didn't understand the nuances of it. Now, as a 37-year-old adult, I get it way better, because I had no idea who Howard Hughes was back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
That Terry O'Quinn absolutely annihilated it as Howard Hughes. He was so good. He's on par with Leonardo DiCaprio's Aviator.
Leonardo DiCaprio's Aviator? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's better.
So good.
I am not a fan of Leonardo. Not a fan. Subject for another day. The guy only plays one part, Leonardo DiCaprio. There's a lot of actors that only play they only play themselves. And we can get into that later on.
That can be another section.
Another day. Yeah, I thought it was funny, and it was great. And wasn't he also in Titanic? Wasn't he in Titanic as well?
Sure, I remember him from Lost.
Yes.
And then the Stepfather franchise.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
That's where I remember him from.
Well, it stars Bill Campbell.
Yes, as the pilot Cliff Seabolt.
Seabolt. Is it Seabolt or Seabert?
Seabert. Yeah, Seabert. Yeah, Cliff Seabert. great, and it stars the gorgeous, absolutely bombshell
You give her too little credit. Absolute goddess,
goddess that is
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah. Oh
My
man.
goodness, she is absolutely amazing in this, and she picks up the essence of 30s cinema
Yes. 'Cause
perfectly
this movie's
in a
set
modern era.
Yeah, it's set in the 1930s. It feels like the classic golden era of comics. The old serials. That's what it's inspired on, and it's wonderful at doing that. And she looks like she was born for that era. Like
She looks like she was born in
it
1935 in that, or
ama
well,
would have
in the
been a
20s,
20-year
right? In
yes.
the 20s at that point, right?
She perfect.
Yeah,
Everything about
she's
her is
absolutely
great.
gorgeous. Has a very old school feel to her look. Absolutely gorgeous. Fun fact though, so I was watching it last night.
Okay.
I started watching it. I'm like, oh man, this feels like it's a 1938 movie. I'm expecting Humphrey Bogart to come out,
Yeah.
right?
Most stuff.
And I paused the movie, and I'm like, I reset the settings on my TV.
Yeah.
I set it into so I could watch it in black and white.
That's
I watched
awesome.
the entire movie in black and white,
Full spider noir on it.
something of that nature. But I tell you what, man, it hits a lot different when it's in black and white.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that could fit both easily.
It very
If
much
you
so.
told me this movie was made in 1930, I wouldn't, bat an eye at it. It looks crisp, but it is great when it comes to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we can't really talk about the movie unless we really get into the villain of the movie.
Villains. There's your undercover. You kind of really don't know he's the villain, and then you have this kind of secret reveal, but halfway through with the
Timothy
real
Dalton.
yes, James Bond himself.
James Bond himself, coming off of License to Kill, was his last James
Okay.
Bond movie, and it was only a couple years prior to that, and he had quit the franchise,
Yeah.
or he had stopped the franchise. They had went in a different section. They finally was able to get Pierce Brosnan for 007, but that's for another topic.
Yeah, yeah. We'll go deep dive into 007.
But I tell you what, man, he was playing. If you wanted somebody to play Clark Gable,
You found him.
you found him. I mean, that was
So
pretty much.
he ate up every bit of scene he was in.
Yes, chewing it up, chewing scenery like a mad dog.
He was great.
He was fantastic. He was super charming. I mean, it was just, it was a pleasure to watch him. It was one of my favorite things of the movie.
Yes, and then being 1991, the flying scenes, the CGI hold up extremely well. There are movies that are made this year that don't look as good.
And that's one of the problems that I have with normal movies today, or modern movies today. The CGI takes me out of it. The
Yes.
practical effects in movies back in the heyday are worth the money because it engulfs me into the story.
Yes.
Everything I see now, everything looks like they're just sat in front of a green screen.
Yeah,
And it's the heart
really
out of it.
does.
It sure does. And the lighting in the movie, was great. The visuals were fantastic. Some of the scenes in the movie where he jumps up onto that platform with the American flag in the background, and he makes that pose before he takes off.
Yes, yes.
Holy cow!
Looks just like something out of the comic.
Yeah,
So
it looks like a comic book cover.
it's amazing. And the punk kind of steampunk feel of
Steam-
so good. It's so
It was very good. The other person that was in the movie that was kind of fun is Tom Savini.
yes.
Is it Tom Savini?
Uh,
Paul Savini. Paul
Like,
Savini.
yes, the gangster, the plays
gangster.
Valentine.
He plays a gangster and everything,
Yeah, that's
but he played a lovable gangster in this one.
yes. So spoilers.
If you haven't seen it, you might want to pause here, go watch, and then come back.
I think 35 years.
I think 35 years
That's
hits
enough
the
of a
point, gets past
buffer there
that
for you to
buffer zone.
watch.
Yeah.
So Nazis. Not every 1930 movie that was the villain. Was Nazis.
Yes. Yes. The villains were the Nazis in this movie, and you find out that Timothy Dalton's character is a Nazi agent posing as an actor.
Yes, that's
Or he's an actor
Yeah,
that
he's a
became
great-
a Nazi agent.
Yeah.
Specified.
But he did say for the fatherland, I think.
Yeah,
3
for the
times. So I
Fuhrer.
think, yeah.
Yes.
So I think, yeah, he was a spy from over there, came over, and that was how he got his in with Hollywood.
One of the other things that I liked about this movie, and this was a time period, I remember this very vividly in the early 90s, when Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade came out. It was
Yes.
very popular. That Art Deco that they had in those scenes carried over a lot, especially into some of the Disney movies.
Yes.
You had that came out in that time period. You had Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade in 1989, right? That takes place in 1938.
Yes.
Then you had Oscar with Sylvester Stallone. That's around the same time period,
Okay.
right? And that was a Touchstone picture, Disney.
Yes. That's what
Um,
this movie was released under the
right.
Touchstone. And it wasn't a Disney straight. It was
Dick Tracy,
great.
right?
That was a
And
movie
then
we will talk about in the future.
oh, definitely, we're gonna definitely. I literally just got that VHS the other day. man.
Amazing.
It's so good,
dude. So good.
So, but also, The Rocketeer came out, and as I'm watching The Rocketeer and the villains that they're dealing with, I'm halfway expecting Harrison Ford to show up.
He would have fit.
And I
100%
wouldn't have batted an eye if they would have said, if they would have had some sort of news article about, you know, Dr. Jones coming back from Africa or something
Yeah,
like that.
'cause
I would have been, oh,
they
that'd
fit
have been fit.
very well.
It feels very much like that.
Yes.
The other cool thing about that is, that big dog that's in the movie?
Oh yeah.
That
The
set,
restaurant kind of thing.
yeah, that set piece actually got moved to, I believe it got moved to MGM Studios, well, now Hollywood Studios in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
And I think they actually used it as a storefront for one of the
really?
shops there. I believe that's the one.
That's awesome.
So anyway, what did you think of The Rocketeer? Is it a film? Is it a movie or a film?
So it's 100% a movie. It is now on my list of I'm going to watch it. To be honest, ordered a T-shirt automatically. Like this show is great.
I was looking for action figures last night. I'm a big action figure guy. You know me.
Yeah, it is almost, I feel like with a little tweaking at time of, it could have been a contender for some awards. I think it got pushed out into theaters at a bad time in between two amazing movies. It got put out the week before was Robin Hood,
Prince of Thieves.
Prince of Thieves, which Kevin Costner, at that time was box office gold.
Yeah.
And then I think the week after that was Terminator.
Terminator 2, yeah.
So Judgment Day. So
it
got sandwiched pretty hard.
It got sandwiched pretty hard. I mean, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that year was a very good year for movies. I mean, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Terminator 2, Doc Hollywood came out in that day. That year, great year for movies. But this is one of those gems that's really worth watching. Didn't get the love that it deserved at that time.
It competes with any superhero movie made now at all. Like 100%. It is a superhero movie before superhero movies were really done.
And it's really good because it's almost a reluctant superhero. He becomes a superhero because of necessity, not because he wants to.
Exactly.
He's not rocket polished either.
No, he finds the rocket and he wants to save his friends. At first, he wanted to do the shows, maybe make some money, but then then the guy stole his plane.
Yeah.
And went up there drunk.
Oh yeah.
He had to save him. He went out of necessity.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing is he didn't become the hero to become the hero. Even the point of him making the money was so that he could save his friends.
Yes. So they could get the plane
rebuilt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what we kind of call our hats off introduction, our hats off segment of our movies.
This is a movie that we think that everybody should check out. So we give it a hats off.
So to The Rocketeer, hats off.
Chester keeps it tight. Masterpiece or total mess. Dropbox discoveries. Take a guess.
That was our discussion about The Rocketeer, just one of the many segments that we're going to be having in our shows in the future. If you have any other movies that you would like to suggest for us to look at, maybe a film, movie, or even a film, leave those suggestions in the comments below.
Yeah. And let us know what you thought about The Rocketeer. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you consider it in one of those categories? Would you call it a film, movie, film? Any one of those, we would love your feedback.
Yes, just give us some feedback and let us know that you like us. And if you don't watch.
Yeah. And always remember to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell.
Thank you guys. Good night.